All right, let's just jump right in. I want you to imagine you're running a massive, really complex place, like an airport, a giant hospital, maybe even a whole smart city. Now, what if you had complete, total control over every single system? We're talking security, lighting, HVAC, all of it, right from one spot. What if you could unlock, well, God mode? Yeah, I know, that's a pretty bold claim, right? But this is the core promise of the system we're going to break down today, Skywalker. The whole idea is to go from a state of total chaos and fragmentation to being completely unified and, well, all-seeing. So let's dig into how on earth that's even possible. But to really get why this is such a big deal, we've got to talk about the problem first. The source material frames it perfectly. It says, most operations today are basically stuck on a really frustrating broken video game level, and they call it Silo City. So picture Silo City, your security systems, your safety alerts, your building controls. None of them talk to each other. They all speak different languages. Your operators are just drowning in alarms and data from a dozen different screens. And that means when something real happens, responses are slow, and every single second counts. The goal? To just tear down those walls and build one single, intelligent command center. Okay, so if you're stuck on a broken level, what's the one thing you always wish for in a game? A cheat code, right? Well, in this world, that cheat code is a type of platform called a PSM. Let's get into what that actually means. So here's the crucial thing to understand. A PSIM, that's Physical Security Information Management Platform, it isn't just another dashboard showing you more data. It's an orchestration engine. It takes all those separate, siloed systems and literally makes them work together, intelligently, like they're a single living thing. And if we look at what makes the Skywalker platform tick, there are three core things. First off, it's vendor independent. That's huge. It means you are never locked into one specific hardware company. Second, it's built on over 30 years of development, so you know it's rock solid and stable. And finally, it's modular. You only pay for the specific pieces you actually need. No bloat. All right, we've got the cheat code. So how do we actually activate this God mode? Well, it's a 4-step walkthrough. Here's the roadmap. It all starts with just plugging everything in. Then you get to build your own custom heads-up display. Your HUD. From there, it's all about visual command for your day-to-day. And finally, the most important part, mastering the chaos when a real incident strikes. Let's break each of these down. Step 1 is all about connectivity. And the real secret sauce here is this thing called the normalization layer. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a universal translator at the United Nations. It takes the unique language from every single device out there and instantly translates it into one common language that the main platform can understand and act on. And we're not just talking about a few things here. The range of what this can connect to is, well, it's massive. You've got all your core security stuff, CCTV, access control, intercoms, then all your safety systems like fire alarms and PA systems, and even the building itself, HVAC, lighting, energy, old school analog gear, brand new IoT sensors. It doesn't matter, it connects them all. Okay, so once everything's plugged in and speaking the same language, you get to define the rules of your world. This is where you build your own custom HUD. This is where you decide, if this happens, then I want that to happen. If a fire alarm goes off, what's the effect? Maybe lock down certain doors and pull up specific cameras? You design that logic. And the best part? You don't have to write a single line of code. And the flexibility here is incredible. You can create super specific cause and effect rules for any situation you can think of, or you can use pre-built templates to get up and running really fast. And this is absolutely key for big organizations. You can easily copy that same logic and setup across dozens, even hundreds of different sites. Now we get to the fun part, the day-to-day operations. Step 3 is about getting away from trying to manage a situation from a spreadsheet or a never-ending list of alarms. The operational client is designed from the ground up to give you instant, intuitive, visual situational awareness. So operators get these incredibly powerful visual tools. You can see alarms pop up on real-time maps right alongside the location of your mobile guards, with something called the IP matrix, which is basically a super smart remote control for all your video. You can push the most critical camera feed to the main video wall with one click. It's all about seeing the whole story at a glance, not just reading a text alert. But what happens when things really go wrong, when a true emergency hits? That is the final and maybe the most critical step, mastering the chaos. The incident manager is designed to completely take panic and human error out of the equation. It does this by giving operators a clear step-by-step script to follow for any given situation. Let's just run through a quick example. So, boom, an alarm triggers a perimeter breach. Instantly, the right camera pops up on screen so the operator can verify what's happening. Then, the system prompts them with the next exact action from their procedure, in this case, dispatch guard. And once it's all resolved, the entire event, every step, is automatically logged for reports. There's no guesswork, just perfect, repeatable execution every time. Okay, so that's how the system works. But what does it actually feel like for the operator? And how does a system like this actually grow and scale? Think about the typical control room. It's just constant noise, blinking lights, a total sensory overload. It's stressful. Skywalker flips that completely on its head with a philosophy called management by exception. The screen actually stays dark and quiet until something happens that requires attention. This massively reduces the cognitive load on the operator, it minimizes eye strain, and it makes the whole system incredibly easy for new people to learn. And this isn't just a single-player game. This thing is built for massive, multiplayer worlds. You can command your entire operation from a simple web browser. You can pull in data from sites scattered all over the globe into one central hub. And because it's hardware agnostic, you can keep adding new tech or even old legacy stuff without ever having to rip and replace your core system. All right, so you've mastered your operations, but there's one final level to beat. And that's turning all of this raw operational data into real, measurable business intelligence. This is how you really achieve the high score. And check this out. This is the kind of score we're talking about. A huge metric for any operations center is operator response time. With a system like this guiding them, the average is just 12 seconds. I mean, think about that. That kind of speed can be the difference between a minor incident and a major disaster. But here's the thing. It's not just about security and safety. Because the platform integrates everything, you start getting powerful insights into things like energy consumption. You can literally orchestrate your HVAC and lighting based on real-time data from your access control system. If nobody's on a floor, why keep the lights and AC blasting? This leads to some serious operational cost saving. So what you're left with are these incredible boss-level stats. You can analyze alarm trends to find faulty equipment. You can slash your operating expenses by making your building smarter. But the real game changer is using all this data for predictive health, to know when a camera or a sensor is about to fail before it actually does. And that's the core shift, moving from just reacting to problems to proactively preventing them. And that really brings us full circle, doesn't it? The source material ends with this really simple but powerful question. It's all about taking the complex, messy, chaotic reality of modern operations and upgrading it into something streamlined, intelligent, and totally under your command. So the real question is, are you ready?